Howdy folks, Justin here. We are going to begin today with a series of experiments we're going to be doing for a week or two, perhaps, where we try to come up with a playable Control Mage list. I got probably more requests to play Control Mage than any deck I've never played before on camera. Actually don't have a lot of experience with the deck in general. I mean, I have played some Control Mage a few months back when the deck was more popular, but this is the list I'm working with for our first experiment, and we're going to hop into casual to check it out. Running the full package of Executes and Firebolts, trying Indral Archmage, Dawn's Wrath, and the Fate Weaver package out. Sort of a mix of things. I think my next experiment's going to be more prophecy-based, but we're going to see how this works. This is the list that I have put together after playing some practice games, although Control Mage against the AI is sort of not... It's less relevant than a lot of the more linear strategies that I've tested out against the AI in the past. So, playing against Monk, Zithix, the Blood Magic Lord. What do I keep here? I don't think I keep any of these. Ice Storm's kind of tempting, but let's see what we get. This looks much better. If it's Control Monk, I don't know if we win that match or not. I don't know what we win at all because this is the first time I'm playing this. Yeah, I think there's just going to be a lot of passing. I might Ring of Magicka out the Daggerfall Mage next turn, but I don't think I need to. Do I just execute that? There's got to be better targets for execute. So yeah, I will just develop that. And if he wants to trade over the course of 2 turns into it, I'm fine with that. If he swings into it this turn, I will use the tome on the leftover guy. Morthal Executioner. Okay, so actually what we're going to do is just execute that. And lay down another Daggerfall Mage. Cool. Now if he's running Executes of his own, I might get a little punished here for being lax with the swinging. I think we'll be alright. East March Crusader just for tempo. Alright, this is probably not going to end well for our opponent. We will get something approaching infinite value here. And we will just harpy this. Now there's definitely something to be said about wanting to take damage with this deck and have more resources than your opponent does. I think we're doing okay. Okay. That's definitely a play you can make. I'd love to develop... You know, actually, let's just develop one of these. Keep going through our deck. Go ahead and swing. So now we are ahead on resources. You know, I'd love for him to lay down some tokens over here so that I could Firestorm this lane. That's interesting. I think I'd just Lightning Bolt this. Yeah. And then I'm going to Harpy this with the intention of Tome of Alterationing it again and swinging in.
They make it too easy.
Chimera, guide us.
Wow, okay. So 2 Divine Fervors. Divine Fervor is a pretty hard card for this deck to beat in singles, so in multiples it's definitely even more of a challenge. We can clear here, but I'm not thrilled with how this is looking. Let's go ahead and swing a couple times. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. All of these beefed up creatures are going to... I mean, Firestorm now is basically useless. You know, there are no creatures you can play that I would want to Firestorm. So let's play Iron. We're going to stack our creatures in one lane so that we can get value from that life gain creature, the Pillaging Tribune. And yeah, let's just pass the turn. Tied up at 26 so that maybe his hand takes a bunch of removal. That is frightening. So I think we just Cloud Rest Illusionist. I mean, we do have Cloud Rest plus Execute right now. Which is pretty good. Okay, now that we have 2 Cloud Rest Illusionists,
A little distraction
we'll just
useful.
remove that like this. No, we might just want to switch to an aggro plan. I was saying we're tied up in life, which makes Golden Saint less good. That's what I wanted to get out there. Definitely playing against an interesting brew. One of the things, of course, that I really like about playing in casual is that you get to see some cool decks, and a lot of times I get inspired by the things I run into there. Yeah, we are just going to get some value here and switch gears, become the aggressor.
Shall take you. Behold my power. Shall take you.
And for good measure, lay down that over there. Now, if his whole plan is just to play, you know, the best cards on curve, we could still be running into cards like Marak and Manticora, you know.
I am defeated.
Depends how greedy he gets, and our opponent just goes ahead and concedes. And I think actually the primary win condition for these sorts of decks, Control Mage, is your opponent conceding. So let's get our rewards. Play one more game. Malefic Wreath. Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do one more. Dawnbreaker is a sword forged by the Daedric Prince Meridia to strike down the undead. I think my next version of this deck, like I said, is going to be more prophecy-based. I'm not a huge fan of that strategy, but we have Fate Weaver, and I think against the more aggressive decks, it might just be, you know, actually using prophecy as it was intended. Playing against 2x Terror, the Forgotten Hero. Let's see what 2x Terror is rocking. Mage as well. This hand looks pretty good. I'm gonna throw back the Camlorn. Piercing Javelin's fine. Let's go ahead and pass. If this is Action Mage, we should be pretty good, especially with these Javelins to take care of creatures that get out of control. If it's Control Mage, I have no idea how to navigate the Control Mage versus Control Mage matchup, but it should be interesting. And by interesting, I mean exceedingly long and very painful. And instead, what we have is a skilled blacksmith. Ooh, and a Dawn's Wrath. I'm going to get a little greedy here. I'm just going to lay down my Cunning Ally, which did not trigger. I don't know if I'm running enough blue cards to reliably trigger that. Okay, my opponent's got a Harpy. And that's fine. We can Daggerfall Mage and execute.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Cool. And we have a whole bunch of removal in our hand. Okay.
Strong arm is what you need.
Alright. So no opportunity to use Cloud Resolutionist very productively. So we'll just Crushing Blow, and now we can answer anything he plays except Golden Saint again, so we probably should have swung there. To that end, I will swing, and I will lay down another Daggerfall Mage in opposing lanes because a deck like this running tempo cards like Harpy might also be running Firestorm or
Careful there, friend.
Aerostorm. That's fine. Our Defender looks good. Probably going to be able to get our Tome trigger there. Alright, I did not see Dawnbreaker coming. Although I should have, right? Since I just saw that thing about Dawnbreaker. Yeah, we'll just Javelin that. Get a little 2 for 2 on our opponent there.
You best stay on the mark.
Okay, so this is a Gardener of Swords deck.
There's life in this old thing yet.
Wow. Well, I wish I could swing in with my Cloudrest Harpy. I'm sorry, with my Daggerfall Mage. Actually, what if I just Javelin this and take 5? That doesn't seem too bad.
Let's shed some light.
I think I don't mind taking 5. I think I want to, you know, just like I was talking about in the matchup against the Monk, I want to get ahead on cards. Part of the way I do that is by taking some damage. So maybe I need to be a little more, less reactive so quickly. I forgot I was running Indral Archmage. Okay. Let's just beef up that one. Yeah, let's lay down that Fate Weaver.
So, it has been written.
Manticore is perfect. Again, not swinging. If he wants to trade in here, that's great for Firebolt. Lightning Bolt, Firebolt. Okay, so he was just packing a lot of heat. Okay, just Manticore this. Now the question becomes, how long until our opponent concedes? Is there any way we get supremely punished for just throwing an Indral Archmage down? I don't think so. At least not likely cards do exist like Dawn's Wrath, which would supremely punish me, but I think we just pass because we are pretty firmly in control of what's happening
I keep
here.
a spare blade in my boot.
Right, Crown Quartermaster, not a great turn 12 pickup. If things get out of control anywhere, we just Dawn's Wrath. Opponent doing some cycling. That's cool. So he might give that ward. What if we just Javelin it? I don't think that puts us ahead enough on cards. I think I just lay down a Daggerfall Mage and pass. If he wants to trade in my Manticore, I think that's fine. Now, I like greedy, grindy decks, don't get me wrong. I mean, the first 2 months, I think, of this channel was pretty much just me playing Scout. Ooh, so he is running Manticore. Okay, so he's trying to have it all here. Alright, well. Game's not as in the bag as I thought it was. If he's running big stuff like that, probably running Marak as well. And we'll need to keep an answer in hand for Odoving in case that's his plan. Okay, so just neuering our card draw. We'll just go ahead and pass. But yeah, like I said, I love playing big greedy decks, but I don't know, Control Mage is just not really my scene. Yeah, we got 8 cards in hand. We just pass. Even if he breaks a rune, we're not going to overdraw.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Okay. A move we might have, maybe a move we should have made earlier. Either way, though, I'm just going to lay down the Cloudress Illusionist. And,
A little distraction might prove useful.
you know, if he wants to hit me for some damage, that's fine. Especially since now we have an answer to Golden Saint in Odoving. Also, this makes it much less likely that we overdraw. Okay, not swinging. Interesting. Fate Weaver.
So, it has been written.
Into Camlorn Sentinel.
Be on your guard.
Into Harpy. Harping that one because we want to encourage him to swing for 4.
Careful there, friend.
That's another Wardcrafter. And an Ice Storm. Okay. Our opponent definitely has a more coherent strategy than we do.
Sheol hate you.
Yeah. What if we just Indral Archmage? Time to clean this up. He has another tome in hand, but we can Firebolt then to follow that up, so I think we're pretty solid with that. Running him out of resources, though, appears to be pretty difficult. There's a Cunning Ally.
Let's do this.
Didn't trigger. There's a Tome of Alteration on that guy.
Sheol.
Swing. Okay. We got a ton of Firebolts just clogging up our hands, so we will just drop that. So we have an answer to another Master of Arms. Quite a few answers in hand. Don't need to play anything, sitting at 8 cards.
You best stay on the marked path. There's life in this old thing, yes.
Yep.
A grievous error.
Why is that a grievous error?
May the ancestors bless us.
Let's get a spell back. And Dawn's Wrath. So do we want to start pushing some damage?
History shall remember
Yeah, let's
this
get on
day.
with winning this game. So he has one more Gardener and one more
There's life in this
Master of
old
Arms.
thing
There's the
yet.
last Master of Arms. Okay, draw some more cards. Dawnbreaker.
A little distraction might
Cloud
prove
Resolutionist
useful.
Execute.
I keep a spare blade in my
Alrighty.
boot.
Let's let's Javelin. And yeah, Firestorm, Firebolt. So he's out of Masters of Arms. One Gardener of Swords left.
Let's do this.
Okay. I have Defender. We have a Cloud Rest plus an Execute for shenanigans. Probably has Heirloom Greatsword, I imagine.
We'll hold, no matter what.
Okay, East March Crusader, just refueling. Now he almost certainly has Piercing Javelin, or another Manticora. Yeah,
Be on your guard.
seems alright. He is just really doing a good job of not letting us
A little
run him out of
distraction might
resources.
prove useful.
Don't make me laugh.
Cool. Yeah. So we want to use up all his Piercing Javelins and Odivings if we can. I'm sorry, Odivings. Piercing Javelins and Manticoras. There's his Manticora. Now we swing and we Odiving, and we try to ride that to victory. And if he,
Your storm is no match for mine.
oh, I guess we'll see what happens. We have our Manticora here. Got the Piercing Javelin. I think we just try to win slowly. I don't even really know anymore. Not sure how many more answers he could have, but he has a fistful of cards. Just keep feeding them to him, I suppose. 7 cards left in this deck. We have 13, so we might actually go to Fatigue. Never seen that happen.
You best stay on the marked path.
Okay. So... Wait, if he only has 7 cards left... What is the best way to win this game? What does he have left? We need to keep an answer to an Odiving. We have that. If he has Maroc, can we answer that? Not very well.
A little distraction might prove useful.
Let's just do that. Part of the problem I have with this deck actually is that if I lose this game, the 25 minutes or whatever I put into this is going to be super, super sad.
Keep off the grass.
Careful there, friend.
Okay. 5 cards left.
A little distraction might prove useful.
4 cards left.
We'll hold, no matter what.
3 cards left.
A strong arm is what you need.
We have 10 cards left.
It has been written.
2 cards left.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
1 card left.
We'll hold, no matter what.
0 cards left in library. Does he not know what happens? Alright, well, I'm glad we got this on video so you can see this.
By the egg, a fine battle.
Nicely done.
There you go. That's actually the first time I've won by putting someone into fatigue. Yeah, so that's our first experiment with Control Mage. You know, the list took me... I probably worked on it against the AI for 25-30 minutes. You know, version 0.1. If you have suggestions for how to improve it, if you've got more experience with Control Mage, let me know. I mean, like I said, I've played it before, but I'm trying to put my own spin on it like I do on all the decks I post. Yeah, I don't even know if that was entertaining. That was definitely a long game, and yeah, you know, informative at the very least. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're having a great, great day. It's the last day of 2016 here. 2016 was a rough year for a lot of people, so you know, if you want to just take a minute to appreciate all the good things you got going on in your life this year, I think that's always something good to do. Stay positive. I know that I spent today going to a support group for people who have been through the trauma that is the United States prison system. And I left feeling really good about it, and I left thinking about things that I was grateful for, like this game, like all of you people who tell me how much you enjoy playing the game, the community that we've built around Elder Scrolls Legends, my lovely and beautiful and wonderful fiancée Sandra, my mom and dad, my cat Celine. I mean, I'm grateful for a lot of things. I hope you are as well, and I will see you in 2017. Bye-bye.